Welcome! If you've been working hard to lose fat, eating healthy, exercising regularly, and even cutting out your favorite foods, but the results aren't showing, don't worry. You're not alone, and there's a reason for it. The truth is that fat loss is simple in theory, but often difficult in practice because of common mistakes that almost everyone makes. These mistakes can completely stall your progress, and the worst part, most people don't even realize they're doing them. Fat loss isn't about quick fixes or crash diets. It's about science, habits, and consistency. When your body doesn't respond the way you expect, it's not because you're broken or incapable. It's usually because small, unnoticed errors are adding up. These errors might seem minor, like that extra handful of nuts, that healthy smoothie, or skipping sleep, but over time they create a huge difference. Today, I'm going to break down 7 of the most common fat loss mistakes that sabotage progress and keep people stuck in frustration. These mistakes are based on real evidence, not myths, and the good news is, you can fix them. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what to change to finally see the results you've been working for. Let's dive into mistake number 1. Many people believe that eating healthy foods automatically guarantees fat loss, but this is one of the most common misconceptions. The truth is, fat loss depends on one simple principle: you must burn more calories than you consume. It doesn't matter if your calories come from junk food or organic, natural foods. If you consistently eat more than your body needs, you won't lose fat. This is where many people get stuck because they assume that healthy means unlimited. Foods like avocados, nuts, nut butters, olive oil, and seeds are packed with nutrients that are great for your health, but they're also very calorie dense. Just 1 tablespoon of olive oil has around 120 calories. A single handful of almonds can easily add 150 to 200 calories to your day. When you're mindlessly adding these to salads, smoothies, or snacks, the calories add up quickly. For example, let's say you make a healthy smoothie with almond butter, banana, oats, and some protein powder. Even though everything in that smoothie is good for you, it can easily reach 500 or even 600 calories without filling you up for long. That's nearly 1/3 of what some people need in an entire day just for one drink. Another common mistake is drizzling oils and dressings on salads. A salad with lots of vegetables is very low in calories, but if you add 3 tablespoons of dressing, some avocado slices, and a sprinkle of nuts, that light lunch could be over 700 calories. When these little extras happen several times a day, they can completely cancel out your calorie deficit. That's why even people who eat clean often fail to lose fat. They're eating too many calories without realizing it. The solution isn't to avoid these foods because they're healthy and provide essential fats, vitamins, and minerals. The key is portion control and awareness. Use measuring spoons for oils, weigh nuts occasionally, and don't assume a food is free just because it's healthy. Moderation is the secret. By being mindful of your portions, you can enjoy nutrient-rich foods while still maintaining a calorie deficit and making progress toward your fat loss goals. Remember, even the healthiest foods can stop fat loss if eaten in excess. One of the most common mistakes people make when trying to lose fat is focusing too much on cardio while completely ignoring strength training. Cardio exercises like running, cycling, or using the elliptical are great for your heart and do help burn calories, but relying on them alone can backfire in the long run. When your goal is fat loss, your focus should not only be on burning calories during the workout, but also on improving your metabolism so your body continues to burn calories even at rest. This is where strength training becomes essential. When you only do cardio without resistance exercises, you risk losing muscle mass along with fat. Losing muscle is a problem because muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns calories even when you're sitting or sleeping. The more muscle you have, the higher your resting metabolic rate will be, which makes fat loss easier and helps you keep the weight off. On the other hand, if you lose muscle during your fat loss journey, your metabolism slows down, making it much harder to continue losing fat and much easier to regain weight later. Another reason ignoring strength training is a mistake is body composition. Many people say they want to tone up, but that toned look only comes from having lean muscle underneath. Cardio alone can make you smaller, but it won't give your body shape or definition. In fact, too much cardio without resistance training can leave you looking soft or even skinny, fat, where you have low muscle mass but still carry extra fat. Adding strength training changes everything. It preserves muscle while you lose fat, shapes your body, and improves your posture and overall strength. You don't have to lift like a bodybuilder to see results. Just 2 to 3 sessions a week of compound exercises like squats, lunges, push-ups, rows, and deadlifts can make a huge difference. If you're a beginner, start with bodyweight exercises and progress to weights gradually. Combined with a balanced diet, this approach helps you burn fat, build lean muscle, and maintain a faster metabolism. So while cardio has its place for heart health and endurance, the real game changer for fat loss is strength training. It's not about choosing one over the other, but finding the right balance so you can burn fat efficiently and build a strong, healthy body for the long term. One of the most overlooked reasons people struggle to lose fat is that they drink too many of their calories without realizing it. Liquid calories are sneaky because they don't fill you up the way solid food does, and your body doesn't register them the same way when it comes to hunger signals. When you chew food, your brain gets signals that you are eating, which helps with satiety, but when you drink calories, that process is bypassed. As a result, you can consume hundreds of extra calories in a day and still feel hungry shortly afterward. Drinks like sugary sodas, sweetened iced teas, fruit juices, energy drinks, flavored lattes, and even so-called healthy smoothies can add up quickly. For example, a regular soda has about 150 calories per can, and many people drink 2 or 3 cans in a day without thinking twice. That's already 300 to 450 extra calories that provide no nutritional value and don't keep you full. The same goes for fancy coffee drinks from cafes. A large flavored latte with syrup, whipped cream, and milk can easily reach 300 to 400 calories, which is equivalent to a full meal for some people. The problem is that after drinking it, you'll still want to eat your regular meal, meaning those calories are just extra. Even fruit juices, which are marketed as healthy, can be loaded with sugar. A single glass of orange juice can contain as much sugar as a soda, and while it comes from fruit, it still spikes your blood sugar and adds calories without fiber to slow digestion. Smoothies can also be misleading. Yes, they contain fruit and sometimes vegetables, but if you add fruit juice, nut butter, sweetened protein powder, and honey, that healthy smoothie can easily reach 500 to 600 calories without making you feel full for long. If you have one of those daily, that's enough to stop your fat loss progress completely. To make matters worse, because these drinks don't satisfy hunger, you often end up eating the same amount of food on top of them, creating a calorie surplus. The best solution is to stick to low-calorie or calorie-free beverages like water, sparkling water, unsweetened tea, or black coffee. If you enjoy smoothies, make them at home with portion control. Use water or unsweetened almond milk instead of juice. 1 serving of fruit, and include protein for better satiety. By being mindful of what you drink, you can save hundreds of calories every day without feeling deprived, which makes fat loss much easier and more sustainable in the long run. Not eating enough protein is one of the most common mistakes that can slow down fat loss and make it much harder to reach your goals. Protein plays a crucial role in almost every aspect of the fat loss process, yet many people underestimate its importance. When you're trying to lose fat, your body is in a calorie deficit, which means it needs to burn stored energy for fuel. Unfortunately, without enough protein, your body doesn't just burn fat. It can also break down muscle tissue for energy. Losing muscle is something you definitely want to avoid because muscle is what keeps your metabolism active. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn even at rest. So, when you don't eat enough protein, you risk slowing down your metabolism and making fat loss even harder in the long term. Protein is also the most satiating macronutrient, meaning it keeps you feeling full for longer. This is extremely important when you're eating fewer calories because hunger can easily derail your progress. If your meals are low in protein, you'll likely feel hungry soon after eating, which increases the chances of snacking or overeating later in the day. By prioritizing protein, you can control hunger better. Reduce cravings and stay on track with your calorie goals. Another key benefit of protein is its thermic effect. When your body digests and processes protein, it burns more calories compared to carbs or fats. This means that by simply eating more protein, you slightly boost your metabolism, giving you an extra advantage in fat loss. Foods rich in protein also help with recovery, especially if you're doing resistance training, which is essential for maintaining muscle during a fat loss phase. Unfortunately, many people focus on cutting calories but don't pay attention to their protein intake. They might eat mostly carbs and fats while neglecting protein, which leads to poor results. Good sources of protein include lean meats like chicken, turkey, and fish, as well as eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, tofu, beans, and protein powders if needed. A good rule of thumb is to aim for a serving of protein with every meal, roughly the size of your palm. For most people, that means about 25–30 grams of protein per meal. By making protein a priority, you'll protect your muscle, support your metabolism, manage hunger better, and give yourself the best chance of losing fat effectively without feeling miserable. It's a simple but powerful adjustment that can completely change your results. Relying only on the scale to track your progress is one of the biggest mistakes people make during a fat loss journey. While the scale can provide some insight, it does not tell the full story of what's happening inside your body. Weight fluctuates daily due to many factors such as water retention, glycogen levels, hormonal changes, and even the time of day you weigh yourself. For example, if you eat a salty meal or have more carbohydrates, your body will retain extra water, which can make the scale go up even though you haven't gained actual fat. Similarly, after an intense workout, your muscles may hold water for recovery, causing temporary weight gain. None of these changes mean you are failing. They are completely normal. Another issue with relying solely on the scale is that it does not distinguish between fat, muscle, and water. If you're doing strength training, you might be building lean muscle while losing fat. Muscle weighs more than fat by volume, so even if your body composition is improving and you look leaner, the scale might not move much or could even go up slightly. This often frustrates people and makes them think their efforts aren't working, when in reality, they're making great progress. Instead of obsessing over the number on the scale, it's important to use multiple methods to track your progress. Pay attention to how your clothes fit, take progress pictures every couple of weeks, and monitor your energy levels, strength in the gym, and overall health. These indicators often reveal improvements that the scale can't show. You may notice that your waist is getting smaller, your muscles are more defined, and you feel stronger, even if the scale hasn't changed dramatically. The truth is, fat loss is not always a linear process. Some weeks you might see a drop in weight, and other weeks you might not, even though you're doing everything right. This doesn't mean you should give up. Consistency over time is what matters most. If you stay focused on good habits like eating a balanced diet, exercising regularly, and prioritizing sleep, the results will come. The scale is just one tool, but it should never be the only one you use to measure success. By shifting your mindset and looking at progress from multiple angles, you'll stay motivated and avoid unnecessary stress. Poor sleep and high stress are two factors that can significantly hinder your fat loss progress. Yet they're often overlooked because most people only focus on diet and exercise. When you don't get enough quality sleep, your body's hormonal balance gets disrupted, and that can affect everything from your hunger signals to how efficiently your body burns calories. Lack of sleep increases the production of cortisol, which is often called the stress hormone. High cortisol levels can lead to water retention, increased appetite, and a stronger craving for high-calorie, sugary, or processed foods. This is why after a night of little sleep, you often find yourself reaching for snacks or overeating throughout the day. It's not just willpower, it's your hormones driving that behavior. When your body is under constant stress, the same hormone, cortisol, stays elevated for long periods, which creates a perfect environment for fat storage, especially around the belly area. Your body sees stress as a survival threat and tries to conserve energy by holding on to fat. Even if you are eating right and working out consistently, Chronic stress can stall your fat loss because it impacts your metabolism and recovery. Stress can also lead to emotional eating, making you consume extra calories without realizing it. This combination of overeating and hormonal imbalance makes fat loss extremely challenging. On the other hand, proper rest and stress management can make a huge difference in your results. When you sleep well, around 7 to 9 hours of quality rest each night, your hunger and satiety hormones like ghrelin and leptin stay in balance. This helps control cravings and keeps your metabolism running efficiently. Sleep is also when your body repairs muscles, balances hormones, and replenishes energy stores, all of which are essential for burning fat effectively. Without enough rest, your workouts suffer, your energy dips, and you're more likely to skip exercise altogether. Managing stress is equally important. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, light walks, spending time in nature, or even doing something enjoyable like reading or listening to music can lower stress levels. When your mind is calm, your body performs better in every way. Digestion improves, hormones stabilize, and fat burning becomes easier. Remember, fat loss isn't just about cutting calories or exercising more, it's about creating a healthy environment for your body to thrive. If you ignore sleep and stress, you're missing two key pillars of success. By making restful sleep and stress reduction a priority, you'll not only lose fat faster but also feel healthier, happier, and more energized throughout your journey. Lack of consistency is one of the biggest reasons why so many people struggle to see results in their fat loss journey. You might start off strong, following a strict diet and workout routine for a few days or even a couple of weeks, but then life gets busy, motivation drops, or you give in to temptation. The truth is, fat loss is not about being perfect for a short time. It's about being consistent over a long period. Your body doesn't change overnight, and expecting instant results often leads to disappointment, which makes people quit too soon. Every skipped workout or repeated cheat day adds up, and before you know it, you're back to square one wondering why nothing is working. Consistency is what helps your body adapt. When you eat healthy regularly and exercise on a schedule, your metabolism stays active, your muscles develop, and your body learns to use fat for fuel. But when you keep stopping and starting, your progress resets every time. For example, doing intense workouts for a week and then skipping the gym for the next 2 weeks won't build the habit or the results you want. Similarly, eating clean for a few days and then binging on junk food over the weekend keeps you stuck in a cycle of frustration. It's not about being extreme. It's about making small, sustainable actions a part of your daily life. One big reason people lose consistency is setting unrealistic goals. If you expect to lose a lot of weight in a short time, you'll feel discouraged when that doesn't happen. Instead, focus on steady progress. Another issue is relying only on motivation, which comes and goes. What truly keeps you on track is discipline and creating routines that fit into your lifestyle. Things like planning your meals, scheduling your workouts, and finding accountability partners can make a huge difference. Even on the days you don't feel like doing it, showing up for yourself matters more than being perfect. It's also important to understand that consistency doesn't mean you can never enjoy a treat or take a rest day. It's about the overall pattern of your actions. One bad meal or missed workout won't ruin your progress, but if those slip-ups turn into a habit, that's when results stop. Consistency is the bridge between your goals and your success. When you commit to showing up every day, even when it's hard, you build habits that last for life. Remember, fat loss isn't a quick sprint, it's a long journey, and the only way to win is by staying consistent. If you can stick to your plan most of the time, you will absolutely see results, and those results will be sustainable. Losing fat and achieving a healthier body is not about following extreme diets or punishing yourself with endless workouts. It's about understanding the mistakes that hold you back and replacing them with smart, sustainable habits. Eating too many calories, even from healthy foods, drinking your calories without realizing, ignoring strength training, relying only on the scale, neglecting protein, skipping sleep, stressing too much, or being inconsistent. These are all common reasons why progress stalls. But the good news is, every single one of these mistakes can be corrected with the right approach. Focus on eating balanced meals in the right portions, move your body regularly with a mix of cardio and strength training, and prioritize good sleep and stress management. Don't obsess over the scale. Look at how your clothes fit, your energy levels, and your overall health. Most importantly, be consistent. Results come from small, smart actions repeated over time, not quick fixes. If you stay patient and trust the process, your efforts will pay off. Remember, this is your journey. Stay positive, celebrate small wins, and keep pushing forward. Your health is the best investment you can ever make, and you deserve to feel strong, confident, and energized every single day. Start making these changes now, and your future self will thank you.